I'm Kelly Coulter. My business is kellycoulter.com. I do strategy planning and development for online projects. So first and foremost, I help businesses figure out why they're online. This is a website. This is a mobile website. This is a super cute kitten. A Facebook page. Tess McGill from the 80s Classic Working Girl. A Twitter profile. An email campaign. Me? Wow, that one did not get a laugh. This is as good as it gets, folks. What do all of these things have in common? Some of them, of course, I threw in just to get your attention. Most of them are part of an online marketing strategy. So first, a little bit about me. I started creating websites in 1998. This is the dancing baby from Ally McBeal. I graduated from the College of Charleston and I became kind of a glorified graphic designer, as a lot of studio artists do. From there, I started creating designs and putting them online into HTML. Mid-2000s, my skills have developed and I start leading teams, and in the last 6 years, I've led about 6 projects with a budget of over $100,000. So I've started to develop this skill in leading large online projects. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about a few of them. I conceptualized, planned, and led the development of some of the websites for the largest fishing brands in the world, including Berkeley Fishing, Shakespeare, Abu Garcia, and Penn Reels. From the fall of 2010 to the fall of 2014, I led an amazing team of developers at Richland Library. We created richlandlibrary.com, which is kind of a new concept in library websites. And I'm just going to tell you a tiny bit about that. Traditionally, library websites use vendor websites to help the customer complete the transaction. So if you want to search for a book, you're led to a separate website. If you want to download an ebook, it's another website. If you want to use one of the research databases, still another website. What richlandlibrary.com did was bring all of that into one website. It's all searchable from one place. It exposes all the resources. This has been really, really popular in the library community. We're seeing a lot of people adopt this model nationwide and worldwide. So I was really proud of that work, and it was another example of leading a really big online project. So why did I leave and start kellycoulter.com? A few years ago, I was in an interview with a VP of marketing for a really large company. I was interviewing for a director of web marketing position. And the guy kept saying to me, just show me something cool. And I kept saying, he wanted me to show him something cool online. And I kept saying, what are your business goals? What exactly are you wanting me to show you? And he just kept saying, just show me something cool. And finally I said, why do you have a website? And he said, I don't know, because everybody tells me I need one. So I thought, that is really common that business leadership, even people in the marketing team, don't understand why they have a website. Oh, went backwards. Okay, so another little story. A few years ago, I was leading a big project. I spent about a year gathering requirements and planning, and I had a rep from the company that was going to do the development working with me. So we planned this whole thing, we go into development, and lo and behold, my rep leaves the development company. With it, all of the project knowledge leaves too. There was no comprehensive planning document ever written. So we got through the project, turned out great, but it was delivered late. The relationship was severely strained. There were a lot of problems there. So I started making sure that everything that I did had at least a sketch along with some written notes and some verbal notes. And I really started developing this concept of doing a comprehensive, meaty planning document. What I found was that internal stakeholders were able to give their buy-in, they were able to gather around this document and collaborate a lot better when they had something visual to look at. So, I like to say that I help businesses figure out why they're online, and then I like to help them go to that goal. And that's why I've started Coulter.com. I like to work in my pajama pants too. And I'm a super geek. I love the planning thing. So this is a skill set that a lot of even development teams and marketing teams don't have, and it's where I can come in and I can flesh out ideas and I can document them so that they can be followed through on. Okay, so my process, I'm just going to go through this really quickly. Step one, I come in and I listen. I hear your customers. I look at your analytics. I look at your past surveys, and I make sure that I understand what the resources are for going forward with any kind of plan. And then we document it. So I create a really meaty plan that people can gather around and collaborate on. Here are some screenshots. So I just like to show how visual the plan is because it's really important. Execution can be done by my team, or it can be done by an internal team, or it can be done by a third team. The document can be passed off. And then repeat is one of the most important steps in the process, because after development is done, the key performance indicators need to be developed, and then we know how to bring that online presence forward and what the next steps can be. So who do I work with? Marketing teams, development teams, and business leadership. I'm seeing a lot of business leadership come to me because they know that they have an online presence, but they don't know what it's doing for them. They don't know how marketing and web work together. Okay, questions? I went over, didn't I?
By 10 seconds within the threshold of still being possible.